Hey Facebook, it's me, Tisha, your container gardener, peeping back in real quick because it's going to be the first time that we uncovered the Garden of Eden since the big storms that we had, the big winter storm that we had here in Texas. So you know, we built our makeshift greenhouse to just see if we can make it through. Remember, we're all learning on this journey, and the goal is you don't have to be perfect like me, because you know I'm professional. You guys aren't. I am. You don't have to be perfect, but what you do have to do is try something. And so we started off in the summer and just placing some seeds in a few little baskets, and we've learned a few things, and we've grown, and we moved on to eventually starting a little garden, right? So this was our first winter crop. With the pending storms coming, the big freeze, which was unheard of in Texas, I'm sure you guys seen it all over the news, we knew that we had to do something to cover them up more than just a tarp. So we built our little makeshift greenhouse. Took it down one time and built it back up. Actually, Ansel Wooder, he's texting during my live broadcast. All right, so we built it back up. Not perfect, so we're gonna revisit it. We need to revisit the roof. But the goal was to see if we could create something, a warm environment enough where our little babies will survive. And I'm so thankful to God for inspiring us not to give up, for pushing us to dig deep and see what's in us. Try not to pan my backyard because it's dirty. Stuff is everywhere. We were just trying to survive. But guys, we took the roof off the greenhouse, and I want y'all to see what happened. And be impressed. I am. They made it. Can you believe it? God is so merciful. Man, I'm so thankful. Even the lettuce. Now, on Tuesday, the lettuce was frozen. And my goofy sister, Sean, said, it's okay. They're not romaine anymore. They're iceberg. Can't stand her. I'm going to keep her, though. Can't stand her, but I love her. But they did make it. Some of them were a little crunchy. They had a bunch like that. I pulled them off. But we'll see. He made it. I'm proud of you guys. Were you warm? I just fed everybody. Watered them. Now, this was the green onions. No, I'm lying. These were sweet yellow onions or something. I had just planted them right before the storm. So they're babies. Hopefully they'll perk back up. I don't know. I'm going to give them a day or two because we got warm weather coming. And I'll fertilize them and see if they'll make it. But under here, the roots are strong. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pull you up. Sorry. Look at the cabbages. Hey, cabbage. That's a baby cauliflower. He made it. They got planted 2 days before the frost. Cabbage, cabbage, cabbage. Little bit of frostbite, but that's okay. You need some chapstick, a little Carmex, your lips dry? It won't come off, we'll leave it. Okay. Baby, I don't know if he's gonna make it. Look, he looks a little cold. I think that might be frostbite, but we'll work with it. I don't know. For the most part, though, for the temps to have been below zero, they made. I'm sorry to be shaking so much. You know, there's a little. My roof is still a little low, so I'm bent down. I'm not gonna get on my hands and my knees because it's wet. There's our broccolis. Look at the Brussels, strong. All right, so I think we did okay. In that bucket, I planted some eggplant seeds just because they're probably not going to do nothing for about 3 months, so I'm not going to try to get over there. But Peter Piper, I was trying to save him and see if I can bring him back to life. Poor brother. We're just going to have to go ahead and have a funeral for Peter. Peter! Yeah. You're not looking your best, son, but you know, be encouraged. Yeah. So anyway, let me flip it. So for whatever reason, it's a little smelly in here. I don't know if some animal took shelter in there, or maybe it was just sweaty and hot. I don't know, but I'm getting out. All right. So I just wanted to share with you guys what I saw when I went back into the greenhouse. I'm excited about our progress, about this journey. I ask that you guys keep the faith and let's keep going. I'm not going to plan anything right now, maybe till like March, the end of March or what have you. I do still have all the new tomato plants. A few of the brothers on here who are a little more knowledgeable, a lot more knowledgeable about gardening said don't plant them till March. So they're on my dresser looking out the window at all the other plants while they were shivering. I was stuck up. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna come back in a few days, still thinking about it, and just go over some tips, some things that I've learned while we were stuck here in the home without electricity for 5, almost 6 days. By the 5th day, we had left. We went to a hotel. You know, I tried to tough it out. I wanted to see if I could make it all the way to the end, but you know, it was pretty much the end. So we went on to a hotel for a few days, and now this is our first time coming back. But I'm gonna tell you about some things that I've learned, some more tips that I've learned that maybe you can do, maybe you can tweak, and things that you can prepare for when this happens again, because it's gonna happen again. It just is, and you want to be prepared. We had a lot of things, you know, here to use, but we could always use more. And I'm seeing a lot of the resources that I had, there's more modern things that you can do now to make it a little bit easier on you. So those are the things and the lessons that I want to share with you that I learned when me and the children went through what we went through. It's like you can see how, if you go back and look at some of the videos in our fireplace and other people's fireplaces, they had nice little cute little pieces of wood cut out and put in there. And you look at mine and we had tree branches from those guys. You can't see it, I didn't flip the camera. In the woods behind me back there, because that's what we did. When I knew that the storm was coming, I said, I didn't get to order a cord of wood like I wanted to. So let me see what I can do. So your girl got out there with the wheelbarrow and just picked up all kind of logs and sticks and big logs, you know, to keep the fire going. But I know that I needed little small sticks too, the kindling, because I watch Naked and Afraid on the Discovery Channel. Do y'all watch Naked and Afraid? You should. It's all about surviving with the bare minimums. I mean bare minimums, because they be naked. We're not gonna go that far, but you know, they live off the land. And so I knew to gather the wood before the snow hit, because once it's wet, you can have all the wood you want, but it's wet. So we did that. So everybody else had nice pretty logs. I had tree branches. They don't burn as easily as the nice pretty logs. But shut up, Sean. Talking about, I'm so glad you weren't naked. Baby, I'm glad I wasn't. It was like 20 degrees in my house. It was so cold in here some nights, y'all, that we were walking around the house with the mask on, like we trying to prevent corona from each other, but it wasn't. The air was so cold to breathe in. I'm just gonna tell y'all a few things now. Okay, so we learned with the logs will burn. I did have about 12 of those door flame logs, and so while they were here doing rolling blackouts on our lights, we was doing rolling blackouts on our door flame logs, because those were the things that really kept the fire going. The lint would spark it back up. You don't want to just use the dryer lint, because you know, too much of it will give off toxins or whatever. That's not what it's for. It's for a quick start. But we would put the big log in, and then a door frame log in the front. Door flame, is that right? And some of them we had the off-brand ones, because I got them on clearance. Stop playing. You know me. Use what you got. I think it was like Pine Mountain or whatever. Who's that? But anyway, we put that in the front, and then you use the kindling sticks around it. Now Elijah mastered this, just building it up like a little teepee or what have you. And so we were able to do that. And somebody had to keep manning the fire. We had, whenever you go to the store, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Walmart, wherever, buy a box of matches, just because. And one time, I think like matches was on clearance, like 100 matches packs. They were like 50 cents. I think about like some dumb amount, 10 boxes or whatever. But it was those little kind that you know, the old school kind your daddy used to have when he smoked his Newports, you know, the little pack, and you strike the pack, and you got to use about 3 or 4 of them because they don't strike right. Those. So we had about 1,000 of them. But you use 1,000 trying to do your doggone fire. And then we also had the wooden matches. That's the ones you want. Quick strike. Make sure you put your matches in something waterproof, because if they get wet, what you gonna do with that? All right, so wood matches, just a simple little tweak. That's better. Have your lint, have you some quick start, something to keep your flame going. There's this stuff, it looks like sawdust that we had. I'll do the video again because all my stuff is in there. But you just throw a little bit on it. It looks kind of like my hair. It's ridiculous. This color, dry, little straw looking stuff. Throw it on the flame, sparks it back up. Okay? So you have stuff like that. And all of this stuff, y'all, I purchased it. Y'all know me. I'm going to stretch that dollar as far as it can go. When the seasons change, right before it gets like when summer is ending, camping season's over, hit Walmart, Academy, all of those type places in the camping section and buy up all of that stuff. It's damn near free. Buy it all. Stuff you don't even know what it is. Water purifying tablets. I mean, I was opening stuff. I was like, I'll figure it out. And when I figured out, I got it, right? So just buy it up. So there was, at one point, right before we was getting ready to leave, we were only considering leaving, not even so much because of the temperature, because we had already been in here 4 days. And at nighttime, it was 10 degrees in the house. My wood was getting low. The boys had even went out and found a tree that somebody had cut down and brought more logs back. But, you know, we ran into the problem. Those logs were wet. Kenneth had came by and he brought some logs too, but it was wet. So at that point, and I only had one Duraflame log left. So we stayed for the day, cleaned up real quick. My entire neighborhood had lights at that point. Our lights popped on for 2 hours. I was happy. Got all our groceries. We put all our groceries back. What we had done was taken all of our food out of our freezer. We have the deep freezer. We have 2 refrigerators. Took all of the frozen food out. I put it in these big crates, these big open black crates where I do my food program in, right? Now remember, outside is 8 below. So we stacked up all of our food in those crates. And then I covered them with a trash bag so that if anybody was walking in those woods or what have you, they just think it's trash piled up out there, right? So we left our food outside for 3 days. And it was frozen solid. I didn't lose any food. Praise Allah, right? And then the refrigerated food, well, you don't want that to freeze. And that's the stuff that we're eating every day. So it was in its own separate crate. We put it outside just so the temperature on it would be at a safe level. And then that one crate is the crate that we kept in the garage. Because it's negative outside. It's probably 10 in the garage. So we're still good. And that way, we didn't have to keep coming outside in these weathers. You know, the below zero weathers. I hope I'm not just rambling. I hope y'all are understanding what I'm saying. I'm just trying to share with you how, as scary as the situation was, you don't have to be scared. If you just calm down, pray, call on the God, and ask Him to give you the strength and the courage to help you to dig deep, figure it out, you can do it. Some of the times I psyched myself out and I was like, what they do in Little House on the Prairie days? What did Laura Ingalls do? Besides wear that one same flower dress? Because who had on the same hoodie for 3 days? Okay, yeah. So if they did it back then, we could do it, right? I don't know. I thank Allah for this experience. As bad as it was, I didn't want to tap out early. I had lots of offers of people telling us, you can come stay with us. You can come stay with us. Hey, Ashley, can you turn that water hose off? Because I don't want to pay for that. It's just running. Sorry. I just noticed it. A lot of people was inviting us to come stay at their homes, and that was a blessing. I get it. But it was something in me I had to prove to myself. It was something in me I had to prove to my children, right? We're so used to comforts and conveniences that aren't, it's going to look like it's still dripping, but it's all. Okay, thanks. That we're so used to having, and those convenience and comforts are not going to be there all the time. What you going to do? Sit there and whine and cry and be mad at Encore and ERCOT? Okay, you are, because I did, but that don't change nothing, right? So, anyway, we stayed. We figured it out. At nighttime, how we got through is we manned the fire all day. We stayed busy. We were constantly moving. That keeps your body heat going. Everybody has certain tasks. Ashley's task was to keep the phones charged in the car where she could warm up because she is a diva. She was good at that, 3 hours at a time. You know, the boys chopped the wood and I'm steady cleaning. I made sure I kept my daily routine. It's mental. I got up in the morning. I still made my coffee. It tastes like jailhouse coffee and it wasn't good, but it did give me now I don't know how jailhouse coffee tastes. I'm just saying what I think. Never mind. Okay, so I had that and I made breakfast for the children. And then I boiled more water and I washed my dishes and cleaned my kitchen back. You know, we never lost water, so You know, we was able to flush the toilets. Miss Lady, the water hose is still on, ma'am. Ma'am. Ashley. Water hose is still on. I still see water. Excuse me, this girl think I got money to waste. Some people ain't got one. Okay, my bad, it's off. Y'all, it's off. I was loud and wrong. Let me just apologize. Sorry, Ashley. Okay, so we kept our same routine as much as possible. And we cleaned, and we just kind of made a fun experience out of it. They played board games. We made what's called a warm room, you know, because the fireplace is in the living room, but my living room is open. So we hung sheets from the ceiling and moved the couches close as we could to the fireplace, right? And then hung sheets from the ceiling and kind of closed it in. Made the room smaller. So when you go behind those sheets, all the warm air was in there. When you come out of the warm room, where I was most of the time, it was cold. We kept our coats on. We kept a hat on at all times. Kept gloves on. Because you want to conserve your body heat. But we were moving so much. Sometimes we took the coats off. It was crazy, right? So we did the warm room. At nighttime, we all slept in one room. We closed the fireplace. You know, we shut the fireplace down because you just want to take the chance. In the rooms, in the beds, everybody had about 5 blankets, right? Still had our coats, our hats, everything on, but we put our heads under the covers to keep the heat in. A little bit of, everybody slept with their mouth like out of the blanket just a little bit. Because when you took that cover up off your head, oh, you felt the cold air. So we kept it in at least to right here. Never closed all the way in. That one little spot that had the air, that air was cold. Remember, it was like 10 degrees in the house. But that's how we slept through the night. Doing it that way, we was actually sweating by the morning, just a little bit. Okay, 2 pairs of pants, 2 pairs of socks, 2 shirts. That's how we did it, right? So that was some of the things. What else? It just wasn't bad. Every time we ate, I made sure we had paper plates, paper cups, plastic forks, because you want to limit how many dishes you're using, right? Because each time you got to heat the water. We did that, put a little bit of bleach in the water when I was washing the dishes, what have you. So we used paper products as much as we could. And we had, you remember the extra bucket outside is what we use pretty much as our refrigerator, or the one in the garage. The first day, everybody was a little panicky trying to find our flow. And so what I found is that we were taking off, you take off your gloves, you drop it right there. You take your boots off, you drop it right here. And so stuff was everywhere. The key thing is you have to keep order. You have to keep your environment clean. You should be able to walk through your house at nighttime with the lights off and not bump into anything. You need to know your house like that. So if I'm trying to walk through my house in the dark because there's no lights or what have you, and I'm tripping over everybody's shoes, no good. If I need to run outside and pick up something, where's the glove? You didn't put it back in the glove section. That happened. So I had to go outside one time with socks on my hands, but you know, we corrected that quickly. So we had a space for where we kept all our gloves. When you come back in, sit your gloves right there. So when you got to go back out, we know, go to the glove section. We had a space by the back door for shoes. We had a space by the front door for shoes. Okay? As the day went on and we were going in and out more and more, we're tracking snow into the house. When the living room, I have new carpet. I'm going dirty my carpet. So we put a sheet across the floor, made it kind of like a runway. So when you come in from the front doors, we had an outdoor rug, stomp off the snow, and then you hit a towel, wipe your shoes as much as you can, and then there was a runway, like that plastic that your grandma used to have in the hallway, that plastic runner over her carpet. Well, we did a bed sheet, okay, that. And so that's what we would walk across. So by the time you made it to the kitchen where the towel was, you didn't go flying because your shoes was wet, and there was a change, you know, in the surface. And then we did that coming from the front door as well. Just little tips, just going through this, that was like, at nighttime, when it was time to light our area, we had 1 million candles everywhere. It looked like we were doing a seance. It was ridiculous. One point we had so many, it set off the fire alarm. So then I remembered I had an oil lamp. So we went and pulled out the oil lamp. My suggestion is still have your candles, but I mean, there's modern things now, guys. Go and buy some lanterns. Go and buy the big heavy duty flashlights, not the ones from Family Tree, the little dollar ones, because we had those and nobody wanted to use that. And then we had a big industrial one. Made a difference. Get those little push button lights, especially if you have children. put the little battery in, you push it, the light comes on, they can walk around with that, and you don't have to worry about them being burned or anything, right? So we had those, and you can leave them sitting on the counter. So I think all of those type things, I'm going to get more lantern type things. If you get the oil lamp, there's actually oil that you buy to go in it. I think I got that at Family Dollar like 12 years ago. I haven't even been able to find them anymore. It's real country looking, but it worked well. I mean, you like put the oil in and turn it. Felt like Albert Einstein or something. I needed to get a pen and a notebook and just write. Oh, yeah, that. So we had stuff like that. I don't know. Before the storm, I told the children, make sure you do all of your laundry, wash all the towels, wash all the blankets. You need to have as much clean stuff as you can. And I'm glad I did, because we didn't have no power for 5 days. So when we went to the hotel, you know, we were taking laundry with us to do laundry or what have you. But what if we hadn't did the laundry beforehand? It would have been even more stuff piled up. We did know that we need to buy more sweatpants, because in these type of situations, you know, the jeans is good or what have you, but when you're layering up, there's only so many pairs of jeans you can put on. You need the sweatpants. It's just little tweaks. And then your jeans, Elijah was like, I don't want to mess these up. Some of your clothes, you know how you go through and you throw away all your around the house clothes. We had just did that, and so then we're just like, I don't want to cut wood in these, but what are you gonna do? He messed up his Timbs, poor brother. I'm gonna get you some more Timbs, Elijah, because you did really good. Why I say that? I'm not buying that boy no Timbs. I just stood right here and lied. Anyway, those were just some tips that I wanted to tell y'all, just right off the dome, that I was thinking about. I thank Allah for the experience. I know it was bad, and I'm sorry for all of the loss that we experienced, that others experienced. That part is horrible. But I want us to dig deep. That was just a trial run, guys. It was unexpected. We didn't know it was coming. Nature didn't know it was coming. You know how many dead birds is around? There was a dead bird on my front porch. He was trying to get behind the welcome sign. I just sat there and looked at him. I said a prayer for him, but it just hit me, because, you know, it says in the Quran, Allah takes care of the birds, and he was frozen. And then my neighbor had one frozen in his yard. There was one frozen in the tree. This storm caught the birds off guard. It's coming again. Just, if you never lost your power, thank Allah for that. But humble yourself. Prepare, because it's coming again. Make sure you have enough food, enough nutritious food. Not just frozen food. I had a bunch of frozen food. Canned food. I had canned food. I mean, I had what I had. Make sure you get one of them propane tanks. No, that's the wrong thing. Propane stoves. They're like $20 at Walmart, and they take, why am I saying propane? It's a butane stove. It takes the little butane cans, and they're like $4. We had that, and that's what we were able to cook with quickly in the house. Get that. $20 investment. You blow $20 on coffee and other stuff. I'm not going to be in your business, but my point is it's $20. And then the little can that fuels it, $4. Come on, y'all. It's coming again. I want you to be prepared, because I love you, okay? That's it. We'll be back. Assalamu alaikum.